So if you follow along, we're building a Jeep 5.0 stroker build. And I got to thinking, I was like, I need something to put it in. Well, it's got to be red for some reason. So I went and found this one, and of course, if you know me, this one's got mechanicals. Not red. Well, it actually is. It's pretty nice, but there's still just a few little nitpick things. So I like the whole, call it the sleeper style. So I don't want nobody to know, which I mean, it's probably not even going to be that fast. That's what a normal 4.0 is like 190 horse, and I'm thinking a 5.0's on good gas and injectors and all tuned out. I don't know, 275, 290, maybe, give or take. So anyway, this is the Jeep I picked out. I can't guarantee this video that the engine will be in the Jeep running, but I need engine brackets, I need intakes, I need accessory drive, and I gotta clean all that stuff up. So this had to come apart, and well, I'll show you why. So I live like Southwest Tennessee, and right now it is February like 14th or something. We are currently, oh my gosh, like an inch deep in snow. So I'm stuck in the shop. It's like 12 degrees, low of 10. So I just needed some busy work. So I've got this Jeep to take apart, you know, gotta get it cleaned out on the inside, it's still dirty. Just things that need to be done. And then, not for this video, but that Jeep is getting four-wheel drive converted. This is one of the Jeeps, customer just brought it to me, and I don't know if it's his son's, I don't know the situation. But he said, just driving it, just quit running, and I was like, there's always more to this story. So he had no idea, I got it. I was like, spun it over, is missing on compression. I said, let's just take it apart and see. And at first glance, I was like, not too bad. And then if you start looking right there, the piston is absolutely melted right there. I think it's about the only one. So I need all these brackets and all sorts of little sensors and stuff like that just to get it to run. And more than likely, if you don't know, I've got a test stand over there. That's probably what we're gonna crank it up on, because if anything goes wrong, it's so much quicker to work off that test stand. So we'll probably get it on there, break in the cam, and then, you know, make sure everything checks out and put it in here. Got to get the motor out. I know I'll probably be changing to a bigger fuel pump. But you can see, I don't really care for the Rhino line down there on this one, but it'll do. Door's a little saggy. It's not bad at all. It's not perfect, but they all got to start somewhere. I don't see any reason to take a mint one to do this with. Not bad, smells like a cigarette. I don't even know if yeah. This actually does work. Nothing to see here. Fan. Ooh, it smells terrible. Door's got one dent in it. You can get a good vision on it. So it ain't the best one ever, but I feel like it's a good candidate for a race Jeep engine. As I said earlier, I can't promise this thing will be running in the video, but I really don't know. I'm just doing some busy work. I need a bunch of stuff off there, so get this thing took apart. We'll see. So everybody in the world can agree the top bolts on a Cherokee are a pain in the... So regardless what your situation looks like, take the motor mount bolts out and loosen the 18 bolts, and then you can even use a floor jack, your cherry picker, it really doesn't matter. Pick the motor up. Now, you can just take them out, but what I like to do is turn them over. Sometimes you can even leave the bolt just right, just enough tension that they're resistance and they'll stay sideways, upside down, really don't matter. Now, when you let it down, it'll go down about, I don't know, 1.5 inches farther, maybe not, but should be pretty easy. Get a long extension, come in there now. And when you're going back together, same thing. Well, it looks like I'm pulling the motor and transmission tomorrow. These stupid bolts. I know y'all probably think I've got the magic touch. Well, I will admit, that's the first one in probably 8 or 9 years that I've actually had trouble with, but looks like transmission's coming out. That fan's loud, I apologize. It's like 2 degrees outside. It's actually cold this time. So I got the motor out. It's so crazy, I literally took it out for one freaking bolt. And somehow, something happened to it. I don't know. Maybe maybe it's time for a new socket. I've got quite a few miles on that one. I was okay with it. I don't think I've mentioned yet. I wanted to swap to a 242 because it has the full-time four-wheel drive, not just the like the part-time. Yeah, part-time's actually like a 48-52 split. So if you sit there and boost it up, it's trying to break one loose than the other. So I'd rather have like an equal, like an all-wheel drive more or less. But it's got to get these brackets off, these brackets, every nut and bolt, save them, decide if I'm using them, distributor, just a lot of stuff. If you see a kind of weird sequence in this video, we decided to play RC drift cars, so I got to clean the shop up. Don't expect y'all to care, but look at all this room. It's everywhere. We play the little remote control drift cars I'll probably add over there. Definitely need a clean floor, and that's one way to convince your friends to come help you clean up. The floor is spotless. So I gotta get everything, or I gotta get what I need to get back to work on this thing. All right, I got everything back organized, and I'm gonna zoom in and show you the bolt. No idea what happened. I did learn one thing. Remember I told you to sit the motor mounts down, upside down? For years I ain't never figured it out. It's pivoting off this, so if you can kick the motor over this way, you got plenty of room here, but you don't have room here. So if you can pivot it this way, so just something to keep in mind. If you sit it down, you can just shove it back and forth with the pry bar. Just gonna get everything took apart. Hope the transmission's good. I doubt I'm doing a converter at this point. Just got to start somewhere. I'm gonna make the motor look good, but the Jeep, I'm not going overkill on it. Like, it is a little rustier than I thought. Should be fine. A little lighter weight, you know what I'm saying? But I think I am gonna do like that. Just spray not rhino line, the bed liner stuff. I'm not doing a professional job because I don't know, might fix it better another day, just not right now. Just gonna take this motor apart. About that simple. Show you the boat. Well, I'll show you the boat when I get to it apart. Once again, I apologize about the fan. It's just cold. So I got hopefully a good transmission. Not cleaning it up. Then that transfer case will be sold. It's the only one I got out, so it'll sell quick. And this motor right here, I had a guy comment the other day to do a cheapest possible rebuild on a 4.0. Let me show you. I'll obviously get made fun of this, but I'm okay with it. I don't really mind it. It's the one that essentially roasted the piston there. And first glance, you see that it's completely toast. But I had one the other day. All that aluminum is galled up on top of that, so none of the bore is really sacrificed. So if you can get all this off there and really get after it with a hone, I know I'll get roasted on that, but that's what the guy wanted, a video. I think I'll enjoy that. I'm trying to see how cheap I can keep it, but you're allowed ring gaps and tolerances and all that, so we'll probably actually check it. I mean, it's just an idea. The bolt. Oh my gosh, the bolt. Oh, the stupid bolt. It was tight. It just didn't like to come out of there. I think that's about it. Oh, transmission. I gotta figure out what fitting that is. I still don't know what fitting goes into there. It's like a straight thread with an O-ring, but it's like something nobody's ever heard of. But I'm gonna do AN hose off it. I guess I'll cross over the tunnel and mount it right here. I just realized I hadn't showed y'all under the Jeep. It is rusty. Like I said, it's a weird rust. Like right here, I think I need to repair that, because if the converter explodes, that's my foot right there. So probably need to replace some of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the brake lines because they're shot. Like I said, it's just a weird rust. It's not bad in some spots, but I don't know. It'll hold up, I know that. Gas tank only has one strap, which I'm pretty sure I was gonna pull it anyway and do a bigger fuel pump. Like this side, that's that part y'all always talk about. That one's good. This one's completely missing. I'm gonna redo the exhaust. It was hose clamped up there. And I think I'm gonna end up with 410s in this thing, but that'll be down the road. It's a little rusty, not bad. So this part, maybe everybody will be with me and understand. It's got the high pinion, all right? And that's good, but maybe I won't forget to show you the downpipe. I think Cherokee, Jeep, whatever, made the mistake, and the yoke actually goes so far up it'll hit the exhaust. So every Cherokee with a high pinion has like a hammered in spot on the downpipe. Okay, so if you ever paid attention, 2001 Cherokees went to the low pinion. I never understood why until I figured it out. They put those big gaudy header or Cali converters up here in a bigger exhaust. Well, they needed room, so the low pinion actually had enough room to clear the exhaust up here. So that's where I was going. I know high pinion is stronger, we know that, but do I really need it in this Jeep? No. And the reason I say that is the ZJs we run with aluminum 44. It's called the Super 44. You can look it up. It's all there. Well, I know the Vipers run it, but I don't know if it's a C5 Corvette. One of the Corvettes runs the same center section, and us over here with 190 horsepower from 20 years ago is destroying those 44s. So take 190 horsepower, and I know we've seen 2,000-3,000 horsepower race cars. So for what this thing's gonna be doing, a low pinion will be just fine. But that's where I was going. I've got several 410 from 2.5 Cherokees, so may go to 410s, and then I'll obviously have to build a 410 front end. Video for another day, but this thing goes fast. I'd like to do bigger brakes, disc brakes in rear. It don't even run, but. So now let's go through this table of junk. Before I forget, I gotta show you all the exhaust. Already took all the downpipe off. Not cussing, I'm saying downpipe. But pretty sure y'all can tell that's literally just smashed in with a hammer. So if you had light, you could look down in there. No, you can't see. But if you had light, you can look in there. I mean, literally, if this is 2 inch, it goes down to like, I'd say half of what it can float. So that would definitely help if it was fixed right. This Jeep more than likely is gonna get shoved outside for a while, but I'm gonna keep all the bracketry and stuff that's gonna need cleaned and painted. And then like, there's nothing I can do with this, so it can wait. Just figured out, I'm gonna try to paint the intake, order new hoses, belts, all that such, but for now they can hang out in here. Header, gotta do some research. Wow. That's already been fixed, but I'm gonna do some research and get a good header. Intake I'm gonna keep, like I said, I'm gonna try to clean it up. May order the bigger throttle body. I think they make a 62. Should be good for this motor. Rocker arms and such will go to Justin, so I'm gonna leave them here. valve cover, so that's staying. Won't need a wiring harness. It can hang out in here. Let's see, paint that. Tensioner bracket. I actually got a MSD coil, but I do need that little bracket. Don't need that. I'll see about a starter. It sucks so bad nowadays. Like, I want to buy new stuff for this, but literally anything you buy new is just junk. I mean, if you did what I did for a living, you'd see and believe what I'm saying. I know when you buy something new, you just assume it's good, but it's just not that way anymore. Them brackets and brackets. It's like motor mounts. I can get some brand new ones for like $3.99, or I can spend a lot of money, but they're just cheap. I mean, they don't last anytime. Leave them in here for now. Alternator compressor, can't do nothing with them. Distributor, need that bracket. Clean water pump pulley. That's got to be cleaned up. I guess I'll clean that up. Dust shield. Another bolt. Clean that one up. Nobody can see the transmission mounts. And don't need the fan for now. So I'm just going to lay all the bolts in the back of the Jeep for now. Don't really think I'll be needing them anytime soon. So yeah, now I've got all my parts that need to be cleaned up and addressed. I get the stuff off the roof. I'm not pushing the Jeep out yet. Just really don't know where I'm going from this point. Got everything situated. Got aluminum and another aluminum. He's just got a cleaning machine for that. This is obviously aluminum. I'm gonna try to paint it, make it look good, because I'm not going through the trouble of polishing. I'll go ahead and tell you that. But the cast aluminum just never looks race car. This stuff's going back in the Jeep. I think I got a billet fuel rail ordered for that, so probably won't even use it. Got new 24-pound injectors. All my steel components, he's got like a vat to go for them. And like I said, those are his to keep. Yeah. So I have some brake line tools, benders, flares. When bought, I had probably, I don't know, 15 foot, and then I got a 25-foot roll. Not trying to make this Jeep spectacular, but I think I'm gonna do all brand new brake lines. This is not a Jeep that I won't be doing 100 mile an hour and push the brakes and nothing happens. I'll go ahead and tell you that. So try to get ahead of that problem, because rusty brake lines just, they go when they feel like it. Just some cheap stuff, Duplicolor. It's that rubber undercoating. I do want to fix that hole right there. Other than that, I don't think there's much rust I'm actually going to fix at this point. I'm just trying to get it under control. This steering box is absolutely pouring out of that seal. I've never seen that. I ain't even cranked the Jeep up. I don't know if it's just cold, and then, yeah, that's what it is. This thing was cold. Now I've drug it in my shop, and it creates pressure, and it's just blowing out that seal. So I went to my local junkyard and got a 242 case, and then I got another steering box. So that's some stuff I'm gonna be getting changed, and when I find something cool, I'll show you. So I carried my camera over there, but literally wasn't nothing to see, so he's gonna hang on to them parts for a little while till I get ready for him, I guess you'd say. But back in the shop. There's snow on the ground. I did get a lot of new parts ordered for this thing, but that'll be a minute before you see it. Before it gets dark, these little lines right there, I believe I'm just gonna go find 2 of them. They're not quite worth the trouble of remaking when I can just go down there and grab some rust-free ones. But as far as all the other lines goes, weather's not really up for pulling brake lines today. I might get lucky and find that one, but as long as it gets over there, I really don't care. And that one just drops down and the rear is pretty straight, so let's go find a brake line. I bet I know where I can find one. Now we just gotta find one that ain't rusty or covered in snow. All of them seem to be covered in snow. Actually, now that I think about it, I know the right one, so it's a blue one. It'll be good. Where are you at? That one. Well, it turns out I couldn't get the hood up on the blue one, So found a wide one, it'll do the job. They look pretty good. I don't have a tripod for my new camera, so y'all are sitting on a cigarette lighter. 14 millimeter. Oh yeah, well, don't spin on me. This was a wreck that he ran off in a ditch. Maybe these lines are good. Even with ABS. Come on. Alright, well. Got 2 brake lines. So that'll save some time. I was going to pull this one off across here because it looked easy. But it's got ABS. And yes, the ABS is different. Instead of coming right off here to wherever, it's got to go back to the ABS module and then down. Probably could make it work, to be honest. We'll just build some new ones. They ain't got to look good. Alright, got everything I need. I'm just going to take the brake lines off and then cut the ends off, put them on there, re-flare it, use that so it'll be the same size, and just bend them however they need to be bent. I'm finna put some work in. Man, that's a legit puzzle. That's it's just hard. But this one come out pretty decent. I mean, if you, obviously it's not factory, but if you didn't know no better, it wouldn't be that bad. That one wouldn't, my bender don't really make that, so I wound up having to kind of bump it with a hammer to get it closed up. Got the steering box off, like I never got the pivot arm off, and now I've got to run the rear one. So I'm gonna run the rear one. Alright, 2 things I forgot to add. I did a short video, you may have seen it. If not, I'll just try to teach you real quick, can't show you. But like when you take the lines off, they're just going to drip, 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 drip. I mean, that's how the thing works. It's supposed to. Nothing's wrong. That's just the way it works. As you can see now, I've got the line off. However them things work inside, they're when it's all the way pulled back, it's allowing fluid to go either direction. So there's nothing stopping the fluid. Well, I got smart one day. I was like, as long as your foot's on the brake, it's not going to let fluid drip. So all I do is get a pry bar. Of course, it squirts some out. But now you can sit here for years and they don't leak a drop of fluid on your head. I mean, it's going to leak what's in the lines. And then let me walk outside. Maybe there's enough for the light. Yeah, should be. Anytime you see rust like that on it. Sorry about that. Yeah. Oh wow, that one is. It won't even move. It's locked smooth up. So yeah, anytime you see rust around a U-joint, that means the rubber seal is blowed out and now the grease is gone and it's gonna be bad. One of the bolts broke too. This cold weather mess sucks. Alright, check it out. I didn't show this part because I'm not good at doing this. But I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. Got some galvanized metal. I forgot that. I run out of rivets, but like I said, not good at doing this. And what I'm gonna do from here is like the little rod area there. I'll show you over there. I got what they call full tape, and I'll just kind of bunch it up there. But this is just so I don't get cold feet going down the highway. But I'll close all these gaps up. But I noticed something not good. That U-bolt is not U-bolting anymore. So maybe getting the rear end quicker than I know it. That's what I was talking about, full tape. It's very sticky and it's actually metal, so it won't rot away. And then just a lot of that. But I'm fixing to run to town to see if they make any kind of like rust dissolver, because I'm gonna get the pressure washer and try to clean all this stuff up so the paint will stick. So that's what I'm fixing to do. And yeah, move forward. It's going good. So they didn't have exactly what I wanted, but I'm gonna try these 2. This kind of more probably what I actually need, but I can't remember why. It's talking about wash it first and then apply that. And then this stuff, you actually put the stuff in there, let it soak, and then pour, soak, rinse, and reuse. So I can't dip the whole Jeep. I don't think I have a pan big enough to put that whole Jeep in. So I'm just gonna put it in a squirt bottle and squirt it, and I got a spot picked out. We'll see which one does. Yeah. And I did find another spot that I gotta fix. I forgot on this side, that's essentially the carpet there. And I just noticed that's like a rocker kit. I don't know if that's store-bought. It's pretty good. I mean, I ain't even noticed it yet. Not that it matters, but there's a spot. I'm gonna try like over here with one and then try over there with a different one. Just see which one works better. So I sprayed both of them. That's the can right there, and then this stuff, that's it right there. It says wear gloves. So we'll give them a couple coats and come back and see which one I'm more satisfied with as far as ready to paint. Probably won't believe me, but I'm doing that. I'm gonna let that soak whenever I figure it out, and I'm going to finish the engine, hopefully today. Well, to be completely honest, I can't tell the difference in neither one of them. That on the right was the stuff in the jug. That was the stuff in the can. I know it looks different, but that's how it looked before. So I'm gonna save this jug stuff because it's actually a dip for something that needs dip. But I did realize, like I said, I think this is a bought kit, riveted together. No, I don't know, it's just a patch job. But if you look right here, there's no floor, so it should be an easy panel. Just gonna tuck it up behind there and cover that. Like I said, this, you know, rust like that I get is not good, but just is what it is. It'll hold together. I'll get that panel made, and like I said, I'm gonna use the aerosol can and get this thing cleaned up and rubberized, and scary. That's about it for now. The motor is probably pretty much done, so just waiting on a Jeep and an engine stand right now. I'm not done with it, but for the amount of effort that I put into it, probably took 15-20 minutes. I doubt even that. Got it covered up in there. Still got to do the full tape right there. If I had some caulk and stuff, I'd use it, but I don't. Yeah, not bad. Got rid of the entire hole. There's no metal to screw to right there, so that's why you see some random holes. So I'm going to get this stuff sprayed on, and I don't even know if it's proper, but that's just the way I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna spray the spots, maybe destroys rust on contact. That's what I'm looking for. I'm gonna get that done. That's getting about it. Need a motor. Well, if you can see, that's all rust right there. So you did get a lot of it off there. I don't know if you could call it clean or not, but whatever. So fitting to spray 4 cans. Well, I'm gonna try to tape up some of these gaps here and then spray it. Won't be perfect, but it'll be as good as it's gonna get for me. Got everything looking usable. Not looking for perfection, we're just looking for usability. Actually, with more light, I might get some more paint. I was kind of surprised. I bought 4 cans thinking it was way too much, but so far I've used 3. So, may grab another can. Look at this thing I noticed earlier. The strap is missing and it's hung, and it actually broke the gas line. So something else to add to the list of things to do. Don't forget the U-bolt. This didn't come out too bad. Like, say it again, I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for usability. I believe the Jeep's gonna do just fine. One thing, I did cut this gas line right here, and I'll show you when I get it, but I may have already said this. I'm gonna use AN from here on up. The quick connects, I'm not saying they don't work, but I just, rusty and crusty, I just don't trust those quick connects, so I want it to be a very trustworthy connection. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this other can on it and let that Jeep dry. Probably bolt the steering box on, and I gotta get that fuel line run. It's not really what I was intended, but it's kind of got that squatty look. The rear brake lines They actually look like somebody replaced them probably in the last, I don't know, 2 or 3 years. So left them alone. Got a steering box on. Went and got a steering shaft that wasn't locked up. And I was trying to do just knock out some hasps. You can see it needs door hinges, and I get that. But all I do is take shims and put them under the bottom hinge. And if you add material here, it'll pick up back up there. So, you know, I could even take the shim out of the top, but rust. Check it out. I don't know if there's enough light. I don't feel like getting a flashlight. Yeah, I gotta get a flashlight. There we go. So you can see one bolt come out, 2 bolts come out, and then it broke. So I was just going to I wanted to weld to it. There's no room in there. And got to thinking, like, does it really need 3 bolts? No, yes, no. Well, all I was gonna do was get one of these things and just simply eat the head of the bolt off, but it's too cold for my air compressor to come on. I tried 3 times, it kicks the breaker all 3 times. So I think I about had it with this thing. It's been sitting here about 2 weeks, so that's all I can handle. And it may be getting axles sooner than I realized, because that drum is so locked up I can't even roll it. I had to get a floor jack. Really don't want to go through the trouble of fixing drums just to take them back off. So I don't know, I'm gonna clean it up, shove it out. I got fuel pump. No, I don't have to order a regulator. But I got a fuel pump and a whole lot of things I need to order for it. Radiator, aluminum radiator. I need a motor. So up until now, I'm gonna take a break on this and move on to the next project. Appreciate y'all.